Hello everyone. So today we are casting another game of CBA Hero. CBA Hero is Castle Blood Automatic Hero. So for large amount of kills or the larger amount of kills you get, the stronger unit will get spawned. So let's see. For 200 kills you get Robin Hood, which is a very good unit in itself. I mean, at stages, it's very strong. In 400 kills, you get a God type unit. However, it is resistant to arrow fire, like takes nil damage from arrows. Then we have the Charles Martel, strong against buildings, take archers for dinner. Then you have Sabotage. Sabotages are very strong in themselves. You generally use Sabotage or Sabotage to get Genghis Khan, and Genghis Khans, however, are not good against Rams. So you keeps a bit of Charles Martel saved before you get Sabotage, and then you get Genghis Khan to end the game basically. If the game is going long, you can get Super Genghis Khan, which is like a 600 HP unit, and a loads of attack in that. So let's see, look at the save draft. So I am playing as the Portuguese and I've changed my name to Visit. Then in the green we have the Vietnamese, which is not a very good player, as you will see. However, also very strong save in itself. I mean, they have a bonus damage against cavalry. Should do very well. Resistant to arrows. One versus one Britons. Vietnamese eat Britons or any archer save for dinner and hold out against Cav in large numbers. Then we have the Koreans, also a very good player. Koreans are especially good against archers as well. Why? Because of their high pierce armor and because they have bonus damage against archers. So they take less damage against archers and should do decently well against elite ballista elephants, even though they are 290 HP, because cataphracts and Koreans have bonus damage against them. Then we have, again, for the enemy side, we have again Khmer playing as yellow, Mongols as pink, also a very decent unit with nerfed fire rate, however decent fire rate. Then we have Britons and we have Celts. So Portuguese should be able to easily handle both of them together. So as you can see, I will take a lot of kills because these guys don't play very well. So Celt player especially does not play really well early game and feeds a lot of kills just to get these raises, trying to secure his base to build towers around his base. So that is a mistake in my opinion. Again, Celt throwing a lot of units here, and so is Britons throwing a lot of units over here. Let's see what is happening on the other side. So Koreans and the Boyars, I'm sorry, the Slavs or the Boyars having 15 attack, 7 pierce armor, sorry, 7 melee armor and 4 pierce armor should do really well against these Mangedai, who will melt as Boyars go as a meat shield for Koreans to eat them. So still on this side, the Portuguese eating Britons very easily, while this gains attack. I mean, there is no competition over here. You can just land. I can just land in units over here and take them for it. As you can see, there are 125 kills for me. The Vietnamese player not doing too well because Vietnamese, although they are strong against Cav, they are not so good against 290 HP units. As you can see, no damage dealt. I think Boyars should be doing work over here, and Korean should be able to make range out of them. By the way, if you are wondering why these elite war wagons are 200 HP, this is a version of CBA Hero where units are spawned and are balanced according to its creators, which creators thought was the best, and I think it's pretty balanced after you have those HP upgrades on these units. Although elite ballista elephants cost 285 HP, however, it was determined that it's too low of an HP for an elephant save. Hence it has been buffed to 290 HP, which in my opinion is a fair decision considering it's not so strong after it has gone only 9 attack and a very fairly low pierce armor. Should do well against archers though, so he should probably camp the green pair. Vietnam is doing the right thing, not engaging with the Britons, getting the race and trying to build bomber towers because he is the weakest link in the chain currently. While blue completely casing the pink, and I think it's a mistake for the Celt to get trying to get race over here because even if he gets one race, he needs yet another race. Instead, Celts have a bonus damage against these war wagons, and Celts melt these war wagons because of their very high attack. As you can see, 14 attack for these board raiders is a very big amount. Is a mistake in my opinion. And pink resigns, knowing that orange is not playing very well over here. And I think in small numbers, along with boyards at the back acting as a meat shield, these should melt. So this side is pretty secured at the moment, and we need not look at this side while Korean mops up this up. However, the main action is on this side where the Portuguese is acting fairly well. The Britons having 60 archers over here against around 30 or 35 organ guns is a fairly good. Meanwhile, Portuguese getting all the kills, 275 kills should be well enough, and these Robin Hood. So let's compare a normal Briton longbow with a Robin Hood. So Robin Hood has 110 HP, has 12 attack, 2 pierce armor, 1 melee armor. So melee armor is not discussed in archers. And then again there's the 6 range. Meanwhile, Britons have got more range, however 40 HP and same melee and pierce armor but very low attack. So on 13 attack now versus after blacksmith upgrades versus these upgrades. So I think Britons has ended. So if I land these shift and keep them on stand ground, the Britons will never be able to leave his base. So all we need to worry about is yellow, who is having Ballista Elephant, as well as we should be worried about Celts player who, and Celts is not a big threat at the current moment. So I think this is a very weak move from green. So he is basically just feeding his skills. As you can see, these bombard towers has 120 attack. So for 45 HP unit, these bombard towers are eating one at a time. So 4 units per second killed. Plus these castles also kill units. So it's a very big mistake for him to throw away these units. Having said that, he only has 125 kills, which is quite manageable. Meanwhile, Ballista Elephants coming over here, trying to get as many kills in order to spawn better units such as thing. But yellow is not having a lot of kills over here, finding only 175 kills. Let's see how many kills does Celt have. Only 100. So, and let's see how many kills does red have. Red has only 125 kills. However, blue does have a lot of kills. So blue is doing a lot of very good work while killing units. Organ guns are also very good unit. I mean, organ guns have 20 attack and have quite high pierce armor of 6. So a Briton archer does only 2 damage to them. Hence, Britons are basically useless against mass organ guns. Hence, I was not too worried about that. And as I say this, making a big mistake over here. Green feeding the skills is not a very big move. And again, this is also a very poor mistake by them. There is no need for him to just dive in over here and give Celts the raise he needs, as he has to 150 kills. They should just case it out, make bombard towers over here, try to get raises, make bombard towers here, case the enemy units in. There won't be any archers, so there won't be any feeding. So red trying to get raises among all these fire is a very big mistake. As you see, all those units melted, and majority of those units are the units of our team, which is blue. Again, blue making units production over here, even though he's in feudal age. Again, a very big mistake, because the ballista elephants can anytime kill these units, so I had to send these units over here because the blue does not seem that experienced. And again, green trying to feed kills. It was a very stupid mistake of him. Again, I tell him to back off, but he does not, so I have to send in the cavalry with 346 attack to take out this tower to reduce his number of losses. He does not. Should be well enough. So this area is covered up. Green doing whatever he can to get villagers, gets villagers. Now I think his attack should stop, as he should not do it. Meanwhile, Portuguese, while feeding attacks, blue attacking for some reason over here, trying to feed off kills. I think this is a good move. I mean, throwing away some amount of units to get a lot of kills, but now in my opinion it's a bad move, because you have 4 castles firing, then you have 4 towers and 2 bomber towers firing at this squad, so this is probably dead, and he's feeding kills for no reason. Again, trying to keep ballista elephants out of the game over here, and trying to feed at the same time from these races is my opinion of it. And then again, green is back, so the right move is to have towered his base so that the Britons is not able to come out of his base. Similarly, if blue was not feeding this base, and he would have not got Archer of the Eye, the Celts won't have got these archers that he fed because of blue and green misplaying this ship. We could have easily cased this area over here using my Archers of the Eye, and then we would have fed easily in this region. So towers like this should be easy enough. These Theodore the Goth are extremely powerful. I mean, there is no alternate to saying this, that they don't take any damage from arrows. As you will see, once these Theodore the Goth, I will send these Theodore the Goth in this region among hundreds of archers, 4 castle fires, 8 tower fires and bomber towers, and they won't budge. So again, solidifying their position as one of the strong units in mid CBA. Again, these organ guns do 20 damage, hence these units, even 10 organ guns will try to prevent damage, as blue tries to go scout cavalry in a CBA hero game, which is a very stupid mistake, knowing. So let's share some tips. I'll share some tips about what CBA hero you should play. So in CBA hero, making units is a dumb mistake, because even though I have villagers, I am not producing any amount of unit. The only unit you want to produce in this game is maybe rams, and that too siege ram, not even normal rams, because you don't want to feed kills to your enemy. Once you feed kills, you get stronger units, and then these units don't make any sense. You are just feeding them kills, you are giving him free surprise. If that pressure was coming to me, I would happily gladly accept it. Just park my units over here and then feed these kills, as they are doing stupid mistake, and it should be GG from here. I'm just trying to mask the Theodore to the Goth over here, and this blue is doing a very stupid mistake, and I have no words for it. I mean, he is uselessly throwing units, as is red. Red is also throwing units unnecessarily at 209 tank HP units. This is a pretty stupid mistake. Instead, what they should do is try to case his area with hundreds of bomber towers, so that he is never able to reach. A bomber tower has 10 range, while these archers of the eye or the Robin Hoods only have 6 range. Hence, these bomber tower can easily take out any unit. Similarly, ballista elephants also have 5 units. Let's see what is happening over here. So I send in Archer of the Eye. He follows up with all of these units, and I have the amount of Goth units to be able to take these archers. So now the action on this side begins, while on this side blue continues to send in elephants over here. Even sending elephants is a big mistake. You don't want to send these elephant units over here. I get it. the logic may be that, you know, while you are attacking his base, you can tower up in the front side of the base. However, that is not necessary. You just need a little bit of pressure to put 10 towers or 20 towers, and if after 10 towers you have to build the towers beyond that. So this is a very stupid mistake on their part. And now we see the action of the Theory of the God. Let's see how many units are over here. So there are about 80 units, and Grey as me have 600 kills. So you will see that these 80 units versus around 150 units from around 150 units from kills will do a lot of work. So see the numbers dwindling over here. However, I am taking a lot of kills. So for every 5 units I am killing 25 units over here. And as I will reach these archers, so this number will grow. Keep seeing that I have 52 units over here and 600 and lost 3 units over here and got 25 more kills. So this is a very good trade for me. Again, lost 8 units as my numbers reduce. And now as my numbers reach 42, 41, I get 25 more kills. So for every 5 kills of these Theodore the God, I was getting about 25 kills. So that was a very good trade for me. And again, I have 30 units left over here. Again, 25 kills, more kills. Again, these skills are cementing and giving me stronger and stronger units over here, and which I am gladly accepting. Again, blue is just throwing units left, right and center over here. Well, a patrol, I did not notice it because of my concentration in this area. However, I have got 750 kills from 600, so 2:1 trade is a pretty good for me. Really good for me, because the next batch of units is Charles Martel, which is an even stronger unit. I mean, if you look at the stats, you have Theodore the God, but the Charles Martel have heavily extra bonus damage against these units. As you will see, these units will melt. These units are basically scorpions, like scorpions rather. At this point, I think we have done a good job with Britons, and green is not spending units sending him over there. However, he is making eagles, which is again a very stupid mistake. Again, blue sending in those units stupidly and making camels over here against all of these castle fire. Camels die to castles. I mean, camels are eaten by arrows. Again, as we solidify the position, as I try to case in, red moves in into the unit, which is again a very big mistake. I never wanted him to go in an attack, and seeing this, I have to send these units to try to control damage. I think this is very stupid of green, red, just to throw this game away. I mean, we have 3 bad players in our team playing extremely wickedly. There is no need to throw away units like this. As you can see, yellow is at start Martel, while our blue player is at Theodore the God. So he has been feeding for quite some time, and if he feeds more long enough, this game will be ended soon. So this area is looking very shady right now, as I have to send in these units, because who had to send all of those units and try to feed kills, because the situation at yellow and orange is getting worse and worse as green sends in his units, which is a very bad move again. Again, I have to send in the units to do damage control, because green again attacks and green does not want to listen. If you want to see the green skills, he just has 80 kills. Again, blue has 550 kills, which is nothing against what 825 kills of his, and he has got Sabotai. A Sabotai is a very strong unit with 250 HP versus Theodore the God, which is 450 HP. However, it dies quickly to all of this. So, and its spawn is no okay, and given a Sabotage versus a Theodore the Goth. I think Sabotage will win because Theodore the Goth once start to kill converts into a Charles Martel, which is quite weak against. Again, these Charles Martel trying to get as many kills as we can. So around 26 Charles Martel feeding off the units, killing them like even though Theodore the Goth have 450 HP, they will get eaten up by all this aggression. Again, the Sabotage versus a Theodore the Goth should do pretty well. And these Theodore the Goth also heal. Special units tend to heal at later stages of the game, which makes them even more deadly. Again, blue throwing in away units, and yellow should happily accept this pressure over here as rams come in. So rams, since these are not siege ram or they are normal battering rams, they should also feed. So this is also a mistake from them. So that is a very bad mistake from my team, doing absolutely horribly over here, and me trying to just case them out so that they don't feed the kills, and I'm trying to avoid green from getting in and try to make the game even worse for us. At this point, I think this is a very bad engagement, and now I should probably back off. However, I think placing the towers before I back off is the better strategy. And as you will see, these Theodore the God will soon start to master over these units because of the high pierce armor and high HP of these. And as you see, also E8 kings, and all of these units should die over here. Clearing his base and converting him to Charles Martel. I think yellow could have done this, but there are not a lot of units over here, so doing okay. So now yellow is looking very dangerous with his Genghis Khan, as blue only Charles Martel. So you can see how badly they have performed as a team and how horribly they have performed as a team, feeding in kills to yellow. Again, orange trying, then addition of these blue Theodore the God over here should do the trick. However, these Charles Martel have a bonus damage against Theodore the God, and these towers now will work as they had to supposed before green, red and blue started feeding over here. This is a lost cause. So what I do now, so basically let's discuss what is happening over here. As you can see, three players are feeding continuously, and yellow and orange is feeding continuously, but it is looking good over here because of my damage control with these towers and with my stronger units. Still, I am also feeding a little bit over here, over the top of what I should do. However, I have to, because the blue, red and green just feed kills, even if I don't send units over here. Hence, I have to commit to this position. So in this case, I see that yellow is at Genghis Khan and he has same strong units as me. However, I have the number advantage on him. Also, 30 Genghis Khan with almost 30 attack with a castle with 5000 HP should take this castle down in about 10 hits. So I send in these 30 units to kill yellow as soon as possible, seeing that he only has a limited number of units over here. However, I can't do the same over here because I have to navigate through these walls and then try to kill him. I think that would be a failed attempt in this case because these units, Charles Martel, have a bonus damage against my units. Although I think I could have done is kill orange first and then try to go to yellow. However, yellow, since he had Genghis Khan, I think the better move was to kill yellow first and then try to worry about orange, who again is feeding, has stopped feeding for now, and I think we should be able to deal with him later. So Hence I go to yellow and try to snipe all of his castles. I have 29 Genghis Khans over here and some over here. So these Genghis Khans, just since there are a pretty low number of yellow units and red has Theodore the Goth, I think these Theodore the Goth will tank damage of these Genghis Khans while I do the damage to his castle. So these 29 Genghis 26, which are now 26, are taking very little damage from these castles, as these are tanking the fire of these castles and trying to snipe his castle, while yellow just feeds in the kills, which is a very bad mistake from him, but in my opinion should do pretty well over here. Again, takes about 10, 12, 15 hits with 20 units. Again, as I see my numbers are lowering, I send in more units and reinforcement to kill these castles, as he is down 2 castles. Again, these yellow units should be doing a lot of work if I had not killed him. And again, now prioritizing over the 4th castle, as I have reinforcements over here. Yellow is pretty dead over now. So yellow is dead, pretty dead, and now we can either prioritize the Britain player or we should prioritize the orange player. So in this case, I think prioritizing orange teal is a very big mistake. I mean, he is doing absolutely nothing. He has no units to counter us. He has absolutely nothing. The main threat is orange. If he gets to Super Genghis Khan, as seen here over here, with all the feeding and kills, he should be able to kill us in no time. Hence, I think the better play over here is to send these Genghis Khan over here and try to snipe these castles. However, he has a huge mass of units, including these walls and a lot of bombard towers for me to snipe these castles. So instead, I go for killing these units first, and then, however, as you will see, blue comes in with a lot of units and feeds these units, while it was absolutely not necessary to do so. And blue, being inexperienced, tries to throw away these units, and I ask him to stop doing that. Again, pretty stupid by him, playing horribly, and I have to try to take out these units before they spawn. However, at this point, these units are strong enough for me to avoid any damage control over here. These 12 attack versus my Genghis Khan with 29 attack. These war wagons will start feeding once these Genghis Khans are stopped, and now with 1000 plus kills, with 800 900 plus kills, mainly due to the feeding of blue, green and red. I think so. Now at this point, I see that they will keep feeding the units, hence I try to take down the towers at the expense of some of the Genghis Khan. So these towers will avoid some of the feeding that blue is doing, hence I decide to prioritize, even though it has guilds have a lot of sabotage over here. I try to take down these bomber towers and take down the villagers that are producing these bomber towers. Even though I am throwing away these Genghis Khans, I think in the long run this will do a lot of damage, as I tries to make ramps to make things work over here, because I think then I decide to take down the gate so that these ramps can easily move to the castle and they kill the castle in a short amount of time once I got the ramps. As my Genghis Khan numbers are starting to reduce now, and it is no longer worth for me to throw away units at these bomber towers. These bomber towers are now lower in number for them to feed the kills, and green is pushed to the side while blue is having good units at his disposal. So I think at this point I realize that I have 1500 kills while Celts only have 1000 kills, so I should just feed off and get Super Genghis Khan, because once I get Super Genghis Khan, I will be in a very comfortable spot to win this game. As you can see, I am prioritizing killing these villagers so that bombard towers never go up. Again, trying to go in, however, these he is blocking, the Celts is blocking the path for me to go and kill the castle, so I retract and feed off the kills. Again trying to get in, but he is not allowing me to get in, and try to snipe the castle directly. And blue doing the right thing, trying to kill the bombard towers, because bombard towers deal 120 plus damage. So sniping these bombard towers is the right thing to do in my opinion over here. Again I try to go in, however this is blocked by these Genghis Khans, and in this direction it is no point because I can't case in this castle. I can't directly target this castle as well because of all of these Genghis Khans that are in the way. And I think I am just throwing away Genghis Khan over here because blue will otherwise feed this. So I have to do something and keep my Genghis Khan in the path so that blue does not, while blue takes out all of these bomba towers, which he is doing currently. I send in reinforcements over here and keep away weak units over at way. So at this point I think now that we are pushing on this side, let's build bomber towers in space so that they provide additional support over here, and blue's move to kill bomber towers over here is helping us greatly, while green comes in and tries to feed and loses the game again. Again a very stupid move in my opinion. If you want to see how green's number go down, you can see this. Green has no chance, he is just feeding kills for free over here, even though my Genghis Khan are, and green's retracts. Sending in Siege Ram again is a good move over here, because Siege Ram tanks arrow fire, and these Genghis Khan are basically Mangadai with very high attack, so Siege Ram should be doing very well, while blue sends in halberdiers. Again halberdier do very little damage to these already tanky Genghis Khan with 300 HP, so sending in halbs is again a very big mistake. I realize that I have to make rams now. I can't keep feeding because red and blue keep feeding him, so I decide to make rams pretty quickly now, and let's try to fast forward through the process over here. So blue again is inexperienced, does not throws in weak unit, tries to loses the game, and at this point the Genghis Khan from Celt is reaching a very critical mass, as green again tried to send in these units just to their death. I mean, look at this, 7 pierce armor versus a unit that has 29 attack. What do you think will happen to these green archers? Nothing. And now these Genghis Khans are in pretty big number to take on these fights, while still fight favorable to me since I have 1825 kills and I think he should have 1400 kills. So I'm looking in a good spot still. And while these Siege Ram coming at a later time, I think they should have come way earlier, but nevertheless better late than never. And now since we are out of the range of the bombard towers, I think this fight should be won by us, as these Genghis Khan retract. And now these Siege Rams, you will see how the Siege Ram will tank arrow fire and bombard tower fire. As you see, the Siege Ram takes a lot of arrows before dying, and this was a single Siege Ram. So if a single Siege Ram takes a lot of damage, imagine how much damage, as Theodore the God also is like a Siege Ram, or a Theodore the God is like 3 or 4 Siege Rams. So takes again all these damage and kills. So I think this Theodore the God addition in this area by red was a good move to tank fire. Meanwhile I kill these Genghis Khans quickly, and now the Genghis Khan number is low enough for me to send in rams. Again, I am at 1925 kills and will be soon getting Super Genghis Khan. And once I get Super Genghis Khan, it's game over for me. And unless, of course, the blue player feeds in the kills. As you see, our siege ram against all of these Genghis Khan takes a lot of attack before dying, and meanwhile I, with my Genghis Khan, snipe all of these Genghis Khan. So these siege ram are here to tank all these castles damage, and all these bombard towers are taking, these siege rams are taking these damage, and these siege rams, as you can see, are not dying. So these are 28 in number. Even though there are so many Genghis Khans over here, so many strong units over here, they are not taking the damage. As you see, only 2 rams died to all of these Genghis Khans, so shows you how strong siege rams are in this situation. Meanwhile, I, with my Genghis Khan, I kill all of these units and take out the castles. While all of this fire, while all this castle fire and all these bombard tower fire at these siege rams, which are unlimited in number potentially in this situation, I tried to take down the castle using these Genghis Khans. So again, these siege ram tanking all the arrows from yellow orange, which is a very decision, while you see red and archers doing no damage to these things. Again, green trying to feed off, trying to do the worst possible thing he could do in this game and try to lose us the game. However, it does not matter at this point. While my Super Genghis Khan mixed in with Super Genghis Khan, again to show you 600 HP and 25 plus 1, so 54 plus 54 attack and 600 HP on the Super Genghis Khan. They won't die. I mean, there is no way on earth they should die. And as you will see, this is a bunch of Genghis Khan mixed in with Super Genghis Khan, should be easily able to take this castle down, while these rams tank in all the fire. As you see, these 29 Genghis Khan are taking very little to no damage at all, while siege ram just tank all the fire, while not even a single siege ram is dying. These bombard towers are doing no damage to the siege ram, since bombard towers are unable to damage siege ram, and hence we killed, even though the team was playing absolutely horribly in this situation. So now Britain's with his Robin Hoods should be not a very big deal, since we have dealt with Genghis Khan and eventually Super Genghis Khan in this direction. These Super Genghis Khan will wipe up all of these bombard towers and all of these castles in a matter of few minutes, as you will see over here. Blue has Genghis Khan, so now these Genghis Khan mixed in with Super Genghis Khan, so there are some Super Genghis Khan in this group, taking down these castles pretty easily now without any addition of siege ram. So that's how powerful the Super Genghis Khan and Genghis Khans are, taking out all of these castles very quickly. As you see, these towers just melt, and meanwhile 2 castles go down from the fire of these Super Genghis Khans, and all of these towers are going down, and these archer Robin Hoods should do no damage at all to these Genghis Khans. At this point, I think we could just prioritize these castles, while he is blocking this area from the Super Genghis Khan, which only have 8 range to reach this castle. However, with 2 trebuchets firing at this, it should be game over now, and which is it is. So you can see that a single play, yeah, I think green gets an F, blue gets a C, and red gets, again I think blue gets a D in this situation, and red gets an E in this situation of how he played this game. They played this game, and it was a very marginal victory for us. So I think in winning this game was by luck because they were not able to feed, and we did put an early aggression, and Green listened at some points, which I think I was very thankful that he listened, so that is why we won the game. uh, and yeah, so this is how you play CPA hero in this situation where three teammates are trying to feed off the kills. So kill the try to kill the strongest player first, and then get to the second strongest, while then kill the third strongest. So just kill the strongest player first while not feeding him the kills, then kill the second player again. Try to build the bomba towers as forward as possible into the base so that he is not able to come out, and if these bomba towers doing again doing 120 attack per damage, so trying to reduce his unit, send in the siege ram, kill, and then send in the heavily guarded unit or heavily armored unit to the weakest player in the third move. So that is how you play this game, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.